Setlist podcast, and welcome to our 2025 holiday special. I cannot believe we are at this time of the year again. If you're new and just joining us for the first time today, hi and welcome to the TGL Squad. My name is Sarah Bradley. I'm the founder of our music, entertainment, and pop culture digital media brand, Setlist Media.
And I am Neven Bertotti, Setlist's brand and artist relations manager.
Today we have two incredible guests for you, and we're going to chat all about their years, and they might even have a couple performances for us. So we are so excited to have you all here celebrating the holidays with us. Let's get started. One of our favorite holiday activities is Jingle Ball. And coincidentally, Neven and I both have experience working Jingle Balls. I was over on the venue side when I worked at MSG, and obviously with Nev being a part of iHeart, she's got a whole lot of Jingle Balls to think about year round.
Yeah, I'm the people who run it.
Yes.
And running, we do a lot of. We do a lot of running day of.
Yeah, don't worry, we did on the menu side too. My experiences, and I've talked a little bit about them on past holiday specials, were really cool. I got to be on the event staff over at MSG, so there were a couple of years, well, I was only there for a couple of years, but my first year, I was actually working the artist and presenters entrance, which was really, really cool. And that was a month into me working at MSG. And that was also the year that the Jonas Brothers were headlining New York Z100 Jingle Ball. And if you've watched this podcast for about 2 minutes of your life, any episode, you know how I feel about the Jonas Brothers. So you can guarantee that as soon as those brothers walked in, every eye in the room turned to me. And, you know, I was like, okay. Like they're just as beautiful in person as they are like on stage, like up close. And I was like, I gotta be professional. I gotta like. And so I was just like, hi, welcome, how are you? And they're like, hi, thank you. Like, and so that was really great. And then it was very cute. Kevin and Danielle were obviously together, and they were holding hands the whole way through security.
That's so sweet.
May a love like theirs find me. But then, you know, they did their performance and they came back down, and you know, I am an opportunist. So as they were walking out, I was like, you guys did so great. You're like the reason I want to be in the music industry. And Joe and Nick were with me. Kevin and Danielle, I think, were further towards the exit. But Joe and Nick both were like kind of giving me the time of day, which thank you so much. Much appreciated. And obviously, I think about it often. And Joe told me to keep going, and Nick was there too, as I said. And as a Joe girl, I'm set for life. And so at Joe Jonas, here I am, still going, and hopefully we get to interview all the Jonas Brothers one day. So that was one of my favorite experiences at Jingle Ball. And then my second year, I was helping with some VIP stuff where people had access to the Knicks and Rangers locker rooms. And that was really cool and really fun. And I don't know, like just overall, it was always such a fun time for me because I'm always someone who loves the holidays. They would give us the antlers to wear, and I was running around. I had a little song to Jingle Bells. And I was like, Jingle Ball, Jingle Ball, jingle all the way. I think that the gist of it was that we were going to MSG to work Jingle Ball that day. Hey. And I love the holidays. As you can see, my setup is decked out. It was just so much fun all around, and I got to see a couple actually like familiar faces backstage from knowing people and making connections, and I was like, hey, you're here. That's really cool. And you get to see me here too. I got to see Charlie Puth play. I got to see Demi Lovato play. And oh, I saw Bozzy.
I love
That
him.
He had actually played at when I went to the University of Delaware, he played a show for the school. And so I did get to tell him like, "Oh, like I got to see you perform at the University of Delaware a few years ago." And so that was really cool. I had like a little interaction with him. It was really cool. A month into being at MSG, I was able to work that artist entrance and like make all these really great artists feel welcome and I got to like interact with them a little bit, make sure they were having a great time and had everything they needed as they were headed in or out. And that's just like my little part of the operation that Jingle Ball is. So, Miss iHeart, I will turn this over to you because I know there's stuff that you obviously cannot say or share or anything like that. But, of the things that you can, let's let people in on the experience as much as you can. Like, what is it like working Jingle Ball as a representative of iHeart?
It's a lot, but not in a bad way. To work at iHeart and with what I do, you have to be ready for that very fast-paced, things are changing, always moving kind of job. And I love it. I love always having something to do. I have never felt like there was any moment for me to just stand around, which I really enjoy. I like being able to do stuff. I mean, last year I was running around the backstage of Capital One. Anyone who's been in Capital One, it's basically like any other arena. It's just a circle. And
Yep.
so I'm just like
I
doing,
I know the circle run. I did that
I'm
many
just
times
doing
over my
laps.
2 years at MSG.
And my Apple Watch, it kept asking me if I was doing a workout, which was really
Honestly,
fun.
you should have just said yes.
I
Oh,
did.
good.
But last year was my first Jingle Ball. I had so much fun. Kesha was there, Jason Derulo, Teddy Swims, Tate McRae, Gracie Abrams, Kid Leroy, P1 Harmony, which was people went crazy.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Like that was a little scary the way people were for them, but it was so fun and I'm so looking forward to doing it again this year. It's actually at the time of filming in a week.
When this comes out, it'll be a week past, but you'll be at Jingle Ball when we announce who our guests are, which we haven't even said yet.
Yes.
So we're gonna keep you guys in suspense a little longer.
When you guys don't see me interact with any of the posts, that's why. It's because I'm actually running around.
Yeah.
Um,
What would you say, because you mentioned that last year was your first year, with iHeart and like working Jingle Ball, what would you say is the biggest lesson that you learned that you're taking into this year? Like the biggest piece of knowledge?
biggest lesson I've learned. Hmm. Probably to just let things roll off your back. I'm the type of person that internalizes everything and I take everything to heart. And I know that's a flaw of mine. But when you're working in such a fast-paced, high-energy environment, things get stressful. People say things and things happen when they're stressed, and it's not always your fault. And you can't take it to heart. And it's just be prepared for anything. I mean, that first one, you have no idea you have no idea what you're going into.
Mm-mm.
Like, no matter what people told me, I thought I was prepared, and nothing anyone could have told me would have prepared me for that.
Who is your favorite artist that you got to watch perform?
Unfortunately, I only got to watch like the very end
Mm.
of the last couple of artists, so I got to see Teddy Swims, Gracie Abrams, and Tate McRae, which not bad people.
Great lineup, first and foremost. You're like,
Yeah,
I only got to see them.
Teddy Swims was great. He went on stage in Docs for one song, and then he took them off, and then just performed in his socks for the rest of the set, which was great.
Beautiful.
Loved watching, obviously, Tate. She puts on an incredible show.
Yes.
Loved listening to, though, like getting to just be able to hear it was Kesha. I grew up with her.
Of
Like,
course, we all
so
did. I think
I
we
heard
all grew up with Kesha.
I heard the giggle intro of Blow, and
Ooh.
I was sitting at a table in the concourse, and I shoved my chair back, and I went, "I'll be right back," and I ran to like the side to like peek my head in and watch. That's my
Hmm.
sister and I's favorite song, so it was really cool. But like getting to hear all of the artists perform was awesome. And any advice I have for anyone who's going to Jingle Ball, bring earplugs.
Earplugs,
I
yes.
know people think that earplugs are annoying at concerts. I understand. Bring them. Protect your ears. It is a long show. It's a 4-hour
Yeah.
show. Almost five. almost 5 hour show. Protect your ears. For me, more so because I'm right there by the speakers when I'm
Yeah.
down by the stage. But bring earplugs, please. It's a 5 hour show. Protect your ears.
Unfortunately, this will be after Jingle Ball, but for next year, maybe.
Yeah. Wear
Teasing.
earplugs at any concert, actually.
Yeah, that part.
I say as I'm currently getting my hearing tested because I am losing my hearing.
I had loops for a minute, like when I worked at MSG, and now I can't find them. I don't know what happened to them.
I love them. Yeah, I have to go for a brainstem test
Oh,
to
perfect.
figure out what kind of hearing loss I have.
Phia Moore is going to be our first guest. We're so excited. And she's going to be here in a few minutes. But before she gets here, Nev, to wrap it up, who are you really hoping that you get the chance to see perform during Jingle Ball this year?
All four of these, like, I really want to see Alex Warren, Olivia Dean, Conan Gray, and Shinedown.
Oh, that is a good lineup.
Ooh, Zara Larson's also going to be there.
Zara. Yup.
I'm very excited.
Uh,
It's a great lineup this year. Jelly Roll's opening, and Nelly is closing.
that's
So
incredible.
I'm so excited.
That's an incredible lineup. I think that's one of the things that I miss most about working Jingle Balls is just like you have such a wide range of talent and people and genres, and it's just a really fun time. And so
And
I
I
I
can't
miss it, and
wait.
I loved getting to be a part of them.
I
So
am very excited for the K-pop Demon Hunters sing-along moment that we're going to have. I can't lie, guys.
I love that. Our first guest today is an artist that we met later in the year. But when I first interviewed her, we immediately bonded, and I knew that we had to get her on the pod for another conversation ASAP.
With the fall release of her sophomore EP, What Color Is Your Monster, rounding out her year, she's looking ahead to a colorful new year. Please welcome Phia Moore!
Yay! We're so
Thank
excited that you're here, girl.
thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be
Good,
here with you guys.
absolutely. You've been well, you've been good.
Yes, everything's been good. I feel like post-release is always a really great time to be existing because the period right before it is kind of stressful and weird. So yeah, everything's been good. I'm feel like we're taking out this 2025 year in a good way and going into 2026 with excitement and openness.
Oh my gosh. I know. We were just saying right before we started that it seems like not that long ago that we were speaking and it's actually been a minute.
It's
So
been quite a few
now
months.
that the EP is out, what were you most surprised by in the
Yeah.
reactions? Was there like a song that you feel connected with people more than you expected? Or like take us through your thoughts on everything since the EP's come out?
Yeah, I mean that's always like such a fun part of releasing is seeing what people think, and how they interpret things. Like that's something I love about making music is that I might write about one thing, but it resonates in another way for another person, and that is just a wonderful gift of songwriting. So yeah, I feel like one interaction that I had, this person was saying that they never listened to albums all the way through. They just don't like to do it, but they randomly came across my post and they went and listened and they really enjoyed it and they were just saying how much it meant to them. And that like I want to print out that comment and just like put it on my wall so I can look at it every day of
Right.
my life because those are the things that it just music always feels worth it, but it's those moments where it's like, this is why I do this. This is what it's all about. And so I feel like that was really just impactful. And then, yeah, I think there was just my one of my best friends, Aya, she was texting me when it came out and she was like, "What is this new sound? Like this is so different from what you've done, but it's still so you." And I think hearing that from someone who we've been best friends now since, oh geez, since like 2021, and she's known me through my whole trajectory of songwriting, really. It was so cool to hear that from someone. So it's been cool to hear what people think of it, and it makes me excited for what's to come and what I have planned and seeing sort of where that goes and how people respond. But overall, it's been a really great experience.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's incredible.
Recently, you had a live performance at a showcase put together by our friend Carly at Playlists and Polaroids. What was the best moment of that night? What's your favorite thing about performing live?
That's a great question. That night was really fun because I played with my friend Sophia and my friend Caitlin. Sophia is a new friend in my life who I just always feel really thankful to meet new friends. Friends in adulthood is really hard, I have found. So I'm like, you gotta hold on to them.
We did talk about that a little bit,
Yeah.
but we can expand on that after.
Totally. Yeah, no, it's been a challenge, and so I feel really thankful to have met her. And I always say I've never met a Sophia that I don't like because I'm a Sophia and I've met a lot of them, and
Shout out
like
to
we have
Soph
like
on
a
our team
secret
too.
society. Yeah, we need a secret Sophia society. But it's just so fun getting to play with her. And then Caitlin, she's like family. I've known her a decade now, and our parents are friends, old time friends, and so singing with her, there's just something so full circle about it because we started singing together in middle school. And then now it's like instead of singing covers on my bedroom floor, we're singing my originals and performing. And so it feels really, really special. So that I've just, anytime I get to play with them, I feel really, really thankful and like my cup is very full. So that was a fun night. And then just performing in general, it is like just one of my favorite things ever. Which is funny because I'm actually more of like a reserved, shy person in general. I'm not super outgoing. I'm like horrible about networking and going up to people at gigs because I'm like, I don't know what to do. But performing, it feels so different. I think it's one of the few times in my life where I can kind of get out of my head for whatever 45 minutes and just be in my body and just sing my songs. And I'm really thankful to have that aspect of my life. But yeah, it's just there's something really special about singing my songs and getting to watch people's reactions in real time. Like that is just something that I want everyone to get to experience in some shape or form for whatever that thing is for them. Um, and yeah, live performance is really that thing for me. So it's super fun. It's really fun.
Yeah. And then you just mentioned, making friendships in adulthood as we are all in that like early to mid 20s era of our lives. I think that's one of the things that I personally love about our team here at Setlist is that we've all grown so close.
Yeah.
And like it's also what I love about interviewing artists and like, meeting people like you because like I like obviously I have like the recording that we did, but that's never seen like the public like I don't even I think I originally had like I don't know, like 10, 12 questions. And we just went off on like
I know. A whole tangent. We
a
have
little
lots
tangent,
discussing.
talking about like a little chocolate, little sweet treat.
Yes, always.
Literally. Oh
No,
my,
it's
but
so
yeah.
good. Yeah, those connections are really important. And I've always been someone like I've struggled making friends since childhood. Like that has just always been something I've always felt a bit on the outs with people, which I think is actually really common. I think other people are just better at hiding it than I am.
Yeah.
I think that's the major difference.
Part.
I feel
Um,
that, girl.
That part.
Yes,
Oh,
and it's like a lot of us who go into the creative world, I think it's common that we didn't find that connection in a typical way, so we've outsourced into these artistic worlds to find that. And so I feel really thankful to get to meet people like you guys because it's sort of that like, oh, I'm not alone. And there's people that are like me, and that like you just connect right off the bat and you see the world the same way, and that's a super cool thing that I really try not to take for granted because it can be far and few between and it's important that we hold on to each other and especially like women working in
Yes.
music we need to stick together teamwork
Locked.
like there is enough room for all of us we can all support each other we can all have our voice be heard and I thoroughly believe that so it's just great to meet other women who are working in this industry and have a sense of camaraderie like it is such a cool thing that I am eternally thankful for. So I'm super glad to have met you guys and like be accepted into this community. It's been
Girl, you're here. You're stuck with us all. Like,
good, good.
let's do it. I know we divulged a little bit, but going back to live shows for a sec, do we have anything maybe planned for next year? I'm kind of stealing Nev's question, but
it's okay. I
Yes.
had to yawn.
No, I get that. I yawn all the time. When I get nervous, I yawn. And like it's like my body's way of like calibrating itself and then I'm like, I'm not tired, I'm just scared. Um anyway, Performances. Yes. I have some potential things happening in January, but as you guys know in music, it's always like maybe for
It's a
certain,
maybe
but
until
day
it's
of.
like the day. Yeah. It's a
I
no,
have
it's a maybe until you've gotten off the stage.
literally, no, literally. So I have some stuff
Okay.
thing, potentially some like showcasey little festival fun things that I'm
That's so
looking
fun.
forward to. Yeah. So things are in the works.
We love it.
And so yeah, I feel good about 2026. I really want to branch out and start playing at new places and trying new things because performance is definitely a craft. Like I think there is a certain level where it comes easier to some people than others like anything. But at the end of the day, the more you do it, the 10,000 hours you put in, the better you're going to get. So, like, the more that I can do this and do it in new places and meet new people, the better I can become at this thing that I really love. So, that's my goal for 2026 is to start playing some new places.
No. And it's a good thing that you're bringing up, like what you're looking forward to, because we want to take a little bit of a look into all of that, obviously. But before we get there, I just want to know, going through your head, because throughout your EP's release, you shifted from grayscale art during the singles to this world of color once the full project was released. So, what would you say that before we kind of continue to look ahead for you, what would you say that the most transformative moment as an artist was for you this year?
Oh, that's a great question. Hmm. I need to think. That's such I love that because I think sometimes we forget to celebrate the good moments. We get
Girl,
really
yeah.
stuck on the negative. So I feel like I've really written some songs this year that I can look at them and see how much I've grown as a writer. Again, that's a craft. That is something that I want to get better at every single year. I want to look back and go, I'm really proud of that version of Phia, and I'm really proud of where I'm getting to. And so I feel like I can think of like 3 or 4 songs that I wrote this year that really I wrote them and I felt like I unlocked something new. And that is such a cool thing to experience. So I feel like that has been very transformative. And then also just coming more into myself as an artist and what that looks like for me, um, and authenticity, because that is really what's important to me. And I think sometimes we get pulled in a direction that's not who we are, that's sort of expected of us. And I'm very intentional with following my own path. I'm not chasing something, I'm following something. And so coming to those realizations this year, I feel like has been really transformative and sort of brought those new colors into my own existence.
I love that.
Thank you.
I mean, I know that you brought it up in your answer just now, but I still want to know for sure. What is your favorite lyric that you've written this year?
It's a really good question. I I have a hard time picking because each thing is like a different aspect of my life that I write about, so it strikes me in a different way. So it's kind of like day by day what I'm feeling at that moment. But hmm, I've recently been writing more kind of about like spiritual existence because I just think it's really interesting and how we all kind of have our own relationship with spirituality, no matter what that looks like. And so I wrote this lyric. I hold my own hand just to meet me in the middle, and I believe in God, but only a little. And I think go send me signs, and that's okay. And I just think that this idea of I don't know what else there is interesting. And I always say, like, the smarter I get, the older I get, the more scared I am of everything because the less I understand it. And so that lyric is just kind of that exactly that I don't know. I don't know so many things, and so many things feel so big, but maybe that's okay as well. And so I've been kind of liking to sort of write about that kind of stuff, which is new for me. That's not ever something I had touched on until this year. So I feel like that's a favorite lyric. And then I didn't write this one this year technically, but my song Monster, that one just really, that was one of the songs where I wrote and it was like, this is exactly what I've been trying to say for a really long time. And so just the idea of like I'm too much and I can't fit and there's nowhere for me to hide. Again, it's just that it's that experience of like I don't fit in, I don't belong here, and I feel like that big gross monster in the room. Um, and I'm really glad that songwriting gave me the capacity to get that emotion and put it into a thing. So I feel like those are some things. Nobody steal my lyrics that I shared first, please. Those are in a song and they're ready to go. So copyright Phia. But yes, that's sort of, I feel like things are going in an interesting direction.
All right, girl, you said the lyric. I was like, oh my God.
I know. I was like, so you just like managed to explain my entire life experience in one line.
You're
Thanks.
so sweet.
There
I
we
really try.
go.
I really try. That's my goal.
No, because literally, this is exactly what happened the last time that we had a conversation. So, because you were saying stuff, and I'm like, girl, yes,
Me
me
too.
too.
Me too. Yes.
And that's literally why we bonded as quickly as we did.
Yes.
Because I was like, are we the same person? Like,
Yes.
did they clone one of us? Probably
No.
me.
Hey, why are you in my walls? Get out.
No,
Yeah.
is that not what I said at one point? I'm pretty sure that I said that at
Yes,
some
like
point
you're
during
in
that
my house.
conversation.
Yeah. No,
Oh my
it's
God.
those of us who are we're big feelers, and so we feel a
I
lot.
wish
I
I
think you
love to say
guys.
little body, big emotions.
Yes, yes,
Little
literally.
body, big emotions.
No, literally. So
Yeah.
it's I'm here for you guys. I'm trying to put that into song.
Yes, Queen. Don't worry, we feel it. We feel it, and we are so appreciative.
Yes. Uh,
In an homage to your latest release, how would you describe your 2025 in color? And what color do you hope looking forward your 2026 will be?
that's a great question. I feel like 2025 was a lot of like blues and grays and kind of that experience, which, mixing the sad with also the very colorful. That's kind of how I exist. And so I feel like there was a lot of that, but then as the years gone on, I feel like things have become kind of warmer in a sense, which I tried to sort of get that into the cover art where it has this like coolness and warmth all kind of together. And then I feel like 2026, gosh, I can't even believe that it's gonna be 2026. It
I know. It feels weird.
feels really weird. I feel like
I
it's
don't.
still
I'm like, hey,
2020.
what do you mean I'm actually gonna be legally allowed to drink? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, if any brand of any particular liquids want to sponsor our January episode, let us
Yes.
know.
Is your birthday? Are you January?
Yes.
What day are you?
January 14th.
I'm the 28th.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
oh my God, girl, what?
Meant to be, meant to be. I love my fellow January friends. What were we talking? Oh, colors. Okay,
Colors.
2026.
Yeah, let's hear it, girl.
January and our birthday months. I feel like things are gonna start to go. I don't know. I could see things beginning to continue the gray because I really do just love those types of colors. But I also have been sensing some feelings of green, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I keep seeing Wicked. It could be that.
Could be
A lot
that.
of Cynthia Erivo videos popping up. But I don't know. I feel like there could be some green in the future, which is not really a color I've ever
Hmm.
felt. So we'll see.
That could be really
Let you guys
interesting.
know. Yeah, I'll let you guys know and keep you updated.
Oh my God, please. I know, because I know that we were talking about your slight color sense during your
Yeah,
like music writing. Has
yeah.
that ever shown up? Has green really ever shown up for songs that you've written before?
Not too much. A bit for loose ends. I could like sense some like very like deep army kind of greens in
Ooh,
some ways.
okay.
Basically, I don't think I have like synesthesia, which is like color association, but I just
I was
every
gonna
once in a
ask if you did
while.
because I
Yeah.
do.
Do you? I just
Yes.
feel like you are so cool. I don't think that I fully have that, but I kind of get like a sense of things when I'm writing, and I can't
Yeah.
describe
I
it.
think it's like everyone like associates like with the whole like argument of like what color is each subject in
Yes,
school.
yes,
Like I
exactly.
feel like everyone like associates like Ed Sheeran is Thursday and also the month November.
Yeah,
Like
exactly, and it just makes sense. I
it makes
completely agree.
sense.
Yeah, yeah, there's something intrinsically, we just know that. And so I think that just happens in my songwriting that I'm a visual person, so things come together. But yeah, I feel like the stuff that I've been writing lately has been having some brighter kind of colors, which is so fun. I'm excited to see kind of where that takes me. But yeah, I feel like a lot of times when I write songs and they sort of are finished, even if it's not the finished what's going to be recorded, but just a finished idea, I kind of have a sense of what they would look like to me, which is fun because it gives me kind of indicators of where I'm going to take it, in terms of what it's going to sound like. So I feel like it's, like being in tuned with your body and being like, okay, this is really weird, and I'm not sure why this is green to me, but I'm gonna follow it. That's
All
sort of what I
right.
do.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yay. Okay, well, I'm really looking forward to that for you. And so I know we were talking a little bit about you got some maybe live things happening,
yeah,
and especially because What Color Is Your Monster just released, you're not like actively working on another project,
yeah,
but do we want to kind of dive into maybe what you're thinking you
yeah.
might have coming up next year?
Yes, I would love to do that. Yeah. It's definitely always a very non-linear process creating projects. It's sort of like happens when it happens, in a sense, which I think is fun. So I don't know exact timelines on anything, but I have this tendency that when I'm recording an EP, I write a new one. So I have another whole thing written
Oh my
and ready
gosh.
to go,
Okay.
that
Love
I'm
that.
really excited about. It's not all solidified, but the concept and most of the songs are there. And I'm really excited about it to share it with you guys and just yeah, I feel like there's a lot that I've been wanting to say and have heard from other people that I think needs to be said. And so I look forward to putting that into this project. And when that is, that's a big old question mark. And that's okay. It'll happen when it's ready and
Totally.
when it yeah comes to fruition. But I definitely have plans for that. And I also have a lot of like single ideas as well. It's just sort of, yeah, more of a matter of when am I in the studio and when are things happening. I feel like you guys know this life, being a full-time student or running an entire publication, being a full-time musician. My life is unpredictable. But I try to be like, it's fun, even though inside I'm like, I'm scared and I'm anxious about it.
There's so many things going on. Someone help.
Yeah, exactly. Like my life at times feels out of control. Um, and that's
Yeah,
okay. I
girl.
think it's like the universe is challenging me. Like you need to let go a little bit.
See,
Um,
that's
I'm
I
trying.
always repeat that line that Olaf says in Frozen 2, controlling the things you can when things feel out of control.
Don't even bring up Frozen 2 to me right now because tears will come to my eyes. I love that movie and nobody talks about it as much as it should be talked about. It's so
It's so
good.
good. It's so good.
So
I
good.
love it.
Oh my goodness, that is one of my dreams. So this is also for future. I'm manifesting to start writing songs for other artists and start doing that. I would
Ooh.
love to do that because I think I know who I am as an artist and what I write and what's me, but I want to write stuff so different from me as well, even if that's not Fia's recording, you know? And like I want to explore that, and I feel like it's been untouched by me so far. So I'm really putting out into the universe that someone's gonna just pick me up and we're gonna just write a song and it's gonna be awesome. So, but I also like have this inner dream of like writing like for Disney. I just could you imagine getting to like write on Frozen? I would just cry every day. I wouldn't know
My
what to do.
sister, when she was in marching band in high school, she got to play at Disney for a documentary that they were doing, and they played one of the songs from Moana. It
Oh
was
my,
so cool.
that's incredible. No,
Yeah.
that's like a dream. It just sounds so fun. Like I want to explore songwriting out of the realms of what I already do and find new things as well. So I'm really seeing where that will take me.
So fun. I mean, obviously, you just express your love for Frozen. If there were any other Disney character that you could write a song for, who would
Yeah.
it be?
Oh, that's a good question. Hmm. I would love to write a song for Sadness from Inside Out because
Oh, girl.
I
Girl, do
love
it.
girl.
Girl,
Honestly,
do it and
let's
like
just
try
do
to
it.
like
Yeah.
just
I
do
wrote a song
it.
about Ferb from Phineas and Ferb, so like might as
Dude,
well
wait,
just
do you
start.
really?
Yes.
Girl, let's get it out. Let's hear it.
It's fun. So I really think maybe I need to write a song for sadness because I love that girl. Like I watched that
Wait,
movie
I would
and just the
cry.
idea that like you can't have joy without sadness like hit my sad girl heart so hard. And
Girl,
she
I think that needs to I think that needs to be on your on your
okay,
to-do list.
okay. Yes, I'll write it down and
Someone
I'll
get
send
in
it.
touch with Disney right now.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
please bring
Oh,
me that
girl,
guy.
we'll get the connects.
Right? It would be a
We'll do it.
perfect. But no,
We'll do
that's such a
it.
good question. But yeah, I think sadness needs a song. And joy. I think that there could be some great duets in there as well.
I love it. But
Mhm.
yeah, I guess we've mentioned a few times that you are our go-to sad pop girly.
Woohoo.
But I want to know on your holiday playlist, what is the most ironic,
Yeah.
maybe as like a sad pop girly, like something that
Oh yeah.
somebody maybe like wouldn't expect you to have on your holiday playlist, and then what's something that would be like the most predictable song on your holiday playlist?
Such a good question. So I feel like the most unpredictable would probably be I love the Polar Express Rockin' on Top of the World, like that rock song. I love that song. Like I it just makes me feel Christmas in a way I can't describe. And so I pump that song, right? It's just so good.
So good.
So I pump that one a lot during the holiday season. And then I feel like the most predictable is of course Casey Musgraves' Christmas Makes Me Cry. Like that
Yeah.
I heard that for the first time and I was just like, thank you so much. Someone said it. And
Thank
so,
you for understanding.
yeah, like you get me. And so I feel like my Christmas holiday time playlists are very like womp up and down of what is on them. And I feel like a lot of people are that way. Um, but
Definitely.
I think holiday music is it's fun. It's a great time.
My favorite holiday song over the past couple of years has been Snow by Leslie Odom Jr. It's
Ooh,
so good. He's so good.
beautiful.
Ugh, anything he sings is perfect,
Yeah.
but that song is just like it feels like Christmas. It feels like that feeling that you get when like you're little and Santa's coming.
And it's
Oh,
magic.
it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yes. I love the magic. I'm chasing the magic at all times.
Yes. If I
Girl,
don't, I'll cry.
Yeah, exactly.
girl, I think you just came up with like some sort of like project title or something, Chasing the
Chasing
Magic.
magic.
Hello?
Okay,
Girl,
wait,
you
guys,
should write that
remember
in.
that? Remember that,
Write
because
that down,
that
write that
might be
down. Write that down.
honestly, I'm
Write
writing
that
it down.
down, write
If
that
I
down!
don't do it, I won't remember. Okay, this is my whole notes app. Is like me randomly being
Girl,
like
you said that, my heart went,
at all times. Okay, now we have it written down. I'll get back to you on that.
perfect. I won't write it because no.
Yeah, no, of course, of course.
Oh my God. We started talking about holiday playlists, and I guess that brings us to everyone's favorite topic of the last few weeks.
What is your personal preference? Spotify Wrapped or Apple Music Replay?
Okay, you guys, I think I'm just an out of touch person because I like don't even know when things are happening. So people were all of a sudden like, your Spotify Wrapped's out. Oh,
Right.
huh? I'm not up to date. I didn't even know. I don't use Apple Music. I
Oh, very
not
good.
on purpose. I just have Spotify. I wish I could get rid of all of them. Let's get rid of streaming, everybody. Just by the way, streaming is horrible. Change the system, but we're not there yet. But I have, yeah, so I do Spotify Wrapped, which I always love to
YouTube.
look, but mine never changes. Like I'm not like this dynamic music listener, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and then I think just the icing on the cake was my age, was 74.
Oh,
It was
beautiful.
74. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's great.
But that's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I am who I am. But no, I think it's really fun. I like the idea that you get to look back and see what you
Oh,
were
for
listening to.
sure.
But again, mine is always the same and always predictable. So I'm never like, what? This is so wild. I'm like, nope, I don't change.
That
Like
tracks.
Well,
yeah,
well,
My
exactly.
that,
favorite thing.
there goes our next question. We were gonna say, what was the
Yeah,
most unexpected artist or
I
song or
know.
album to make your Spotify Wrapped? And turns out none of them.
None
So
of them.
why don't you, let's see, instead of unexpected, who was your top artist this year?
Yeah. I think my number one was Taylor Swift, which it's
That
been her
tracks.
for forever. Yeah, like it's
That
always been
tracks.
that. But my others were, gosh, I want to say like Noah Kahan, um, which I love that man, Noah
I love
Kahan.
him so bad.
We are gonna make a song together one day, and I can feel it in my soul, and I just keep saying it until it happens. Because he's just so good.
It's gonna happen. I know it.
Right. Thank you. And then Noah Cyrus was one of them as well. I love Noah Cyrus. She's incredible. And then I think it was Phoebe Bridgers, which also makes sense. And I can't remember who the last one was, but yeah, everything made sense. I saw it and I'm like,
Pretty much, yeah.
that is what I listen to all the time. Anything sad and slow, I will be partaking.
Girl, I always think of when we were talking, you were like, sad and slow.
Yes, it's my thing.
I
So
always think of that. It's like been my vocal sim for the
yeah.
past like 2 months.
Literally, literally. And then I think the reason that my age was so high is because I do listen to a lot of like the Beatles, Fleetwood Mac, Cat Stevens, like all of that. I listen to a lot of that kind of music from like the 70s and all of that because it's incredible. So I think that's why my age was so high. But it was really funny when I like went to my mom and I was like, "What was your age?" And she said 21. I was
Oh,
like,
okay, mom.
fine, yeah. Yeah, I was like, okay. Um,
Okay, mom.
okay, yeah, you are like way more up to date than I am with music.
No, but
Uh,
I think like when you're like your listening age is that much older, it's like you're like cool. Like you're like
okay, thank
No,
you.
mine was like 34, and I'm like, that's not old enough to be cool. That's just. But like the thing is, like, I don't even know how I got there. I think
Yeah,
it was just because like maybe like
they
my
were just calling you
2000s.
chopped and also unk,
yeah.
so
I mean, yes.
No, I respect it. I mean, I love like early 2000s pop though, and I feel like that would constitute within
Yeah, no, I do. I listen to a lot of pop music, so I guess like the early 2010s, like
exactly is kind of
2000, like
yeah.
or maybe
Like,
if our Spotify ages are older than us, we're just wise beyond our years.
that's
Let's put
fine.
it that way. I
Yeah,
I
like
don't
that. I like that one better.
like
it's great.
I don't have Spotify, and based off of let me pull up my Apple Music replay. Based off of like what it was, I have no idea what my age would be. So if you
Yeah,
guys
Let's hear
want
it,
to
girl.
try and
Let's hear it.
give me a guess of what
We'll
you
give it a
think.
whirl. Let's do it.
I also my top artist is the same every year, and I think it shocks everyone every time they hear it. Pierce the Veil, uh, Tate McRae, Taylor Swift, Hayden Henderson, and One Direction.
Beautiful lineup.
I love
So
that.
I don't know what age that would be
It's like
Yeah.
I don't know.
because my top song.
Do they give you genres that like your top genres?
Um, my top genres were pop, alternative rock, soundtrack, and hip hop.
Hmm.
Because I feel like the
The
like
hip
One
hop might
Direction
put you
and
a
alternative might go
little,
up. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I know. I don't.
And like
Like Tate
The
McRae.
One Direction is like the 2010s, so that would
Yeah,
put it up.
yeah. But then Tate McRae, I feel
I
like
feel like
she.
you'd maybe be around my Spotify age,
I
like
kind of
But
I
then one of
agree.
my top albums was Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen.
And
So I
so
feel
maybe
like
you're the 40s. Maybe
yeah.
maybe 40s, 50s.
it actually just says you are your father, and that's it.
And that's that.
No, my top genres were basically all different variations of pop
Yeah.
and
My
musical.
sixth top album is Hamilton.
Okay, but I love
I think
Hamilton.
that's
So
great.
I went on
I,
it's what I listen to on road trips, and I
yeah,
went on so many this year.
yeah. No,
No,
I think
literally.
that that's great.
Fia, you brought up Disney earlier. My fourth top album this year was the Zombies for Dawn of the Vampire soundtrack.
What else? What else? Actually, Disney
Literally.
too. I fully support that.
Oh my god, there are like 3 episodes or like 2 episodes in a row where Sarah just would not shut up about zombies. And like and it wasn't just during the episodes. I would be like, I love you so dearly, but please can we talk about something other than
Not ever talk
zombies?
about
But seeing as we are in our holiday special,
that. Yeah.
let's keep talking about the holidays a little bit because we talked
Yeah.
about holiday songs and
Yeah.
playlists. And I know that you mentioned them already today. We talked about them a little bit. But when you and I first spoke, we talked about your family a lot.
Yes.
So, do you guys have any fun holiday traditions? And I'm stealing Nevin's question again. I'm so sorry.
Yes. Yes. Yes, we are very into that kind of stuff. So I'm very close with my family. Um, which actually, my brother the last 2 years has left us to be an elf, and it's not a joke. He is an
What?
elf in Finland in the North Pole.
Oh my gosh.
And I
That's so
mean it.
fun.
I mean it wholeheartedly. So he has not been here last year, and then this year he'll get home on Christmas Eve. He's flying back Christmas
Oh,
Eve, because he has to go work for Santa.
of
So
course.
he's busy,
It's really nice
'cause
they're
that
letting him come home like that night.
that night exactly. And so actors are weird, and he's an elf, so
No, that's
that's where
my
he's
sister
been.
disappears every Christmas when it's
Yeah,
time to make the gingerbread houses. I know they need her hair, so
yeah,
like I get it.
yeah. It
Yeah,
just you never
That's
know
so
what
funny,
people
Nev.
are up
I'm
to.
always afraid that she's never gonna come back. That this is the year
Yeah,
they're actually gonna get her.
exactly. And it might he might never come home from Santa, but
Elf life is
still
hard
young.
to imagine.
Yeah, so he's in Finland
Which
currently,
is very exciting.
which
Yeah,
is
that
lovely.
actually sounds really
He has
fun.
a great time. We want to go at some point to this whole extravaganza because it's like these
Yeah,
resorts
you gotta go visit.
Christmas, and I'm like, I need to go to the North Pole and see Santa. So
Oh
hopefully
yeah.
one day. But in any case, outside of that, we do have a lot of things that we do. We do a lot of baking. We are a sugar household. We love sugar.
I was about to ask that. I remember your mom
Oh
was a
yeah.
baker.
Yeah, yeah. You and I have chatted in
That's
depth
where we
about
got
our
the
love
sweet treats
of
from.
sugar.
So holiday themed sweet
Yeah.
treats. I want to hear
Yeah.
them. Tell me
Oh, we
everything.
go crazy. So my mom makes fudge. We just do chocolate. If you put nuts in my fudge, I'm mad at you. I just want the pure chocolate. I want the pure sugar. So we
That
make a lot of that. And then we make buckeyes, which is peanut butter, powdered sugar, all rolled up into a ball, dipped into dark melted chocolate. And I could eat probably 10 in a sitting, and then I would throw them up and I'd eat 10 more. Like they're just so good in a way I can't describe. And then a lot of times she'll make like the little Russian tea cake things, which are like the little powdered sugary kind of guys, which those are good. And we'll do like ginger snap cookies and everything like that. But we are yeah, we're a big base baking household. And my fun fact is actually we're a completely gluten-free household.
Ooh,
And people would
cool.
never know because our desserts are delicious, but my mom and I both have celiac disease. So we can't eat gluten. But it just
Good
makes
to know.
baking yeah, so that's a fun fact.
well, I can imagine having your mom as a baker. Like
Is
she's got to be good at it.
it's perfect. And so it's really
I'm like,
fun.
okay, I gotta plan my trip out there.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna be
And
like,
I'll have
hi,
to
Fia's mom,
cook.
feed me,
Yeah.
please.
Please. No, it's so good. And my favorite thing is like giving people the delicious baked goods, and then I'm like, and they're gluten free. And now I just your biases against gluten free can't even exist anymore because it's delicious. So we do a lot of baking. And then we have like our decorations, like our typical things that we put up. It's funny, my one of my best friends, she doesn't celebrate Christmas, but she loves Christmas. And
Mhm.
she came over to help decorate the tree since my brother isn't here. And we're like, we need extra help. And it's hilarious to look at what she prioritized on the tree, like what is front and center, and then what was unimportant. So the important things were any pictures of me. They are on the front of the tree. Anything Star Wars, so like R2D2, all these different things, those are on the front.
Of
Um,
course.
anything Disney, so like there we have these giant like Mickey Mouse, those are all on the front. And then anything that's like just a Santa, nah, not important. That's not the point of the tree. And so I love looking at it and how it turned out. So you can just see what she cared about. And that makes me laugh. But we're very big into decorations and doing all of that. And then I don't have a huge extended family, but we all get together and do our thing. We're all Long Beach locals, so luckily there's like no travel, which is
There you
nice.
go.
It is convenient.
That's
And
very
we all
convenient.
yeah, we all see each other and do our thing, but yeah, that's my sugar spiel and my fun gluten-free fun fact, not really fun fact about myself. But yeah, we eat a lot of sugar in this household. It's probably not good, but it makes me
It's
happy.
okay.
It's okay
Right?
because it's
Right?
if there's any, well, not just any, if there's any time of year where it is this, I would also say, you know, like Valentine's Day is a lot of
Right?
sugar.
Yeah.
Halloween is a lot. Holidays are a lot of sugar, but
Yeah,
you know what? Sometimes you need a good dose of it every now and then.
exactly. It's
As if I haven't been sitting here eating my peppermint candy cane Hershey
yeah,
Kisses. This
Exactly.
exactly. Exactly. No, and I will be getting off of this call and going and eating fudge
Oh,
because we deserve it. We
absolutely.
yes.
deserve it.
I made lemon bars and I made
Oh,
stickerdoodle cookies and I'm
yes.
so
Oh,
excited
I
to make
love
one.
stick
I know.
noodles.
I have mix for funfetti cookies that are in my pantry right now, and by the time this airs, you guys are already going to see my annual cookie chat vlog.
Good.
So
I
those will
love
be made by the time this comes out, but they are still currently sitting in my pantry.
delicious. Delicious. No, I'm a
Oh
big
my
cookie
God.
girl. Anyway,
Wait, the pantry. When I pulled out my box of Kit Kats in our last chat.
it was so good, and you're like, here they are.
Okay, I got a bag this time.
No, and I really appreciated that you did that because if I went to my pantry right now, it would have been the same thing. And here is our drawer of See's candy. Like,
Mm,
just we can't help ourselves.
Yeah.
amazing.
We are. It makes us sweet. So, you know?
Well, I think we're coming towards the end of our time together. I'm
Yes, I
gonna
know.
cry because
I
this
miss
has
you
been so
guys.
fun. I've missed you, and I'm so glad that you're here.
Me too.
But before we get to our final question, I just want to say thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
Seriously, like,
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
of
Of
course,
Of
like,
course.
course.
We loved having you.
yeah,
Thank you.
girl, like, I knew from the jump. I was like, this girl is coming back, and we're gonna have a conversation that everybody can see because you have just been so much fun and such like not even like I don't want to even say like a late addition, but like just so much fun to like have met this year and like I can't wait, girl. We're gonna have so much fun next year.
Oh, we
Like,
have a great future ahead of us.
oh yeah,
I
future
feel
is
that.
bright, like a
Exactly.
Christmas light.
Yes, precisely.
Listen to that
Yeah,
bar.
you should
Our
be a
future is
songwriter.
bright like a Christmas light. There we go.
Write that down, write
Um,
that down.
Write
write that down.
But no,
But
it's so
before we
great.
kind of get towards wrapping things up,
Yeah.
we do have a niche question that we ask every one of our guests.
Yes.
Neven, you want to go ahead, girl?
If you were throwing a holiday party and you could invite any artist, musician, actor, or entertainer, dead or alive, who are the top three people on your guest list?
Gosh, that's such a good question. Okay.
I feel like I know
That's like
one.
intense because that's like how do I pick out of so many good people? It's three holiday party invitees. Okay. I think I would do Billie Eilish
Ooh, that is not the first person I
because
thought you'd say.
I know, right?
Good
I'm trying
answer,
to
though.
really,
Oh,
you
no,
know,
very
I'm
good
reaching
answer.
out because one, need I say more, really? Like she's
Right.
incredible.
No, you don't even have to.
Right? She's also hilarious. And that's a big thing about me. Like, as much as I am a sad girl to my heart, I love to laugh and have a good time. Like, as you can tell by this experience. Like,
Clearly.
this is what it's all about. And I just think she's really funny. And so I just would love to get to talk to her about what her life's like. And she's also a huge mental health advocate and just advocate in general. And I would love to, she's a big inspiration for me. So I'd love to get to like chat with her about that. And then I think I would say Jimmy Fallon because he's just like on my list of people to meet. I just think he seems so pure, his heart, and so kind. And again, he would just make me laugh. And then I feel like the last person would be Kiki Palmer.
Oh,
Ooh.
I absolutely
yes.
love Kiki Palmer.
Girl, that is a
It's a
good
way I can't
list.
describe. Thanks, guys. I try. I love her in a way that I like those compilation videos of like funniest Kiki. I've liked every single one. You will look, and it's me.
I
I've
think this is the best like guest list answer we've ever got.
Yeah, no, I like up so far, like this
I'm
is
sure. Well, you guys are obviously invited too, so we can like all hang out.
well
Um,
duh.
because
Perfect.
but like I'm like that. Everybody would be funny. Everybody's really thoughtful and like intelligent and would have like very deep, interesting ideas. And then we would get to listen to Billie Eilish sing. So
Exactly.
sign me
And you
up.
know she would be glad to.
Exactly.
Like,
So that would be my holiday party if I had to
that
pick.
is fantastic. Like,
But
kudos to
Thank
you
you, thank
for that
you.
quick thinking
I
and
try.
also not even mentioning who I thought you were going to mention.
Did you think I was gonna say Taylor Swift?
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, so that's like obviously my instinct was like Taylor
Yeah.
Swift.
You were like, I'm gonna try to think outside the
Yeah, but
box.
I'm like, I'm gonna think out of the box. Like
I'm so
she's a
proud of
given,
you.
but who are yeah, exactly. So, you
Absolutely.
know, this is what we're all about. Persevere.
I'm so proud of you. That was such a good answer.
Thank you.
But with that, it is time, I think, for a little performance from you.
Yeah,
So, again, thank you for being here. We love and
sure.
adore you so much.
Thank you.
And if you want to take the floor, have any like final message, plug your socials, and tell us a little bit about the song that you're about to perform for
Yeah,
us.
of course.
Go
Yeah, thank
ahead,
you
Miss
guys.
Phia.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, so I'm Phia Moore. I'm a singer-songwriter. You can find me on Instagram at Phia.Moore. And then I'm on all the streaming services, Phia Moore. So it's Sophia without the so. Because sometimes I find that I'm a mumbler, you guys. And so I'll be like, I'm Phia, and people are like, Mia. And I'm like, not quite, but almost. Um, but
Right.
in any case, that's me. And then, yes, this song. So I'm gonna be singing River by Joni Mitchell, which is like I need I say more? It's a ridiculous song. But what's funny is I actually didn't know it was a Joni Mitchell song for a really long time because my mom loves Sarah McLachlan and her Christmas album, and she sings River on it. So as a child, we would be like pumping that in the minivan. And so I grew up just thinking it was her song. And then it wasn't until my teens that I was like, this is not even the original. It's a great cover though. Really
It is.
stellar cover.
Hmm.
Her voice is insane. But yeah, I love that I get to have like a special connection to the Sarah McLachlan one because of my mom, and then now getting to hear the Joni Mitchell one, and it's like it's Joni Mitchell, so hello. But yeah, so I will be doing that song for you guys.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I was really hoping that that was the song you were going to choose, so I'm really excited.
Yay!
Let's get over there now. Phia Moore, my darling, thank you so much for being here and happy
Thank you.
holidays.
Yes, happy holidays, you guys. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
It's been such an honor. I'm Phia Moore, and this is River by Joni Mitchell. It's coming on Christmas. They're cutting down trees. They're putting up reindeer, singing songs of joy and peace. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. But it don't snow here. No, it stays pretty green. I'm gonna make a lot of money, and I'm gonna quit this crazy scene. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. Oh, I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby cry. You tried hard to help me.
guest of 2025 spent a majority of his year celebrating a lot of firsts. But after every debut, inevitably comes a sequel, and we're going to talk about all of it. He's everyone's sassy bestie.
And my top Spotify Wrapped artist this year, Kyle Kelly. Welcome to the guest list.
Hello. It's good to be
Hello.
here.
Oh, we're so excited that
Yeah,
you're
thank you for
here.
having me.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Because you are fresh off the second win tour with Daniel Seavey.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
something we're going to be talking about, like, what a year this has been for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has been, I think when we got like my Spotify for artists stats, like the artist stats,
Mhm.
it'll give you like listener streams, minutes played, and then like the percentage change. And all of them are like 5, 6, 7,000% up. Because first year of my career, I went from like nothing to this. And so, yeah, when we got the stats back, it was crazy. Because I think last year, because like only My Little Heart and How Is This Gonna End came out, I think it was like, oh, 20,000 streams, or I don't even know what it would have been. Probably would have been like 30 or 40,000. And then this year it was like almost a million. And
Stop.
I was like, oh my God, what or maybe that was minutes played. I think minutes played might have been 1,000 or almost a million. But
What of that?
insane. Insane. I actually, this is going to bother me. I'm sorry. I'm going to pull it up. I have it right here.
He's got the receipts, guys.
I
Don't
do. No, almost a million streams.
Dude, that's incredible.
Yeah,
Like,
44,000 hours. I looked at the gains and it was just this,
Oh
which
my,
yeah,
that's insane.
I
awesome.
yeah, I could not be more grateful for how this year has gone.
I know.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to all of that today. Like,
Oh
I'm so
yeah.
excited. But I did want to start this off because I want to do a little callback, little fact check on our first interview that we did earlier this year. Did you ever get to pick Daniel's loop pedal song?
I did.
You
I
did?
did.
Oh my
I
God.
did.
Which one was
Yep.
it?
I went to, they have a video of it. I don't know if Sanj is gonna post it because they don't post most of them
Yeah.
really. It was the second to last show. We were in Cologne. And I walked into Daniel's dressing room and I had already made my sign. And I was like, Daniel? And
Today's
he
the
goes,
day.
okay. Because we had like days prior talked about him doing this song anyway. And so I was like, no one's going to give it. He still owes me. I'm just going to walk out with a sign. I know my place. So I was going to tell him that I was going to do that in
Yeah.
case anyone got really mad. But he was like, no, do it. Because he was really excited to play the song. But I had him do Attention by Charlie Puth.
I love Charlie Puth.
Well, because we were walking in, I think we were in Brussels and we talked about it. We were walking down the street and I was like, oh, that's like the same four chords the whole time, right? And he was like, yeah. I was like, you should do that song. Like, that's such a good song to do. So that, originally I was going to make him do Fireflies. And then, I just thought Attention would be so cool.
I know. I hope
Plus, I don't know if Fireflies is like, is that a big song worldwide, or was that kind of an America thing?
I think it's a big song
I
worldwide.
think.
Okay.
Oh.
I have that question all the time, and my best friend, it's a very American question to ask, which is really annoying, because I think it comes from a very genuine place, but I really don't know. Like, when we were doing Hot and Cold in America, I was like, do we keep playing this in Europe? Or do people not, is that not like the same? Because Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift everywhere, you know?
Yeah.
Same with like Ed Sheeran and Coldplay. But I don't know how big Role Model is in Eastern Europe,
Right.
you know?
This is the People's Princess.
Role
TB.
Model is, and rightfully so.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
has, as a person who's been a fan of his for years, he deserves every amount of what he's getting right now. So, no free promo. That being said, yes, I did get him to do um, the loop pedal song.
Because
Yeah.
I know you were waiting on that
I
one.
was waiting, and I told him about it all the time.
You were like, I'm biding my time.
We got back to Europe this run, and I was like, "You still owe me." And he was running around, and he was like, "Oh, I thought you forgot." um, but yeah, we got very close this run. All of us, like Naraya too. All of us like got really close this run, which was nice. It's definitely a very familial feeling this time around, it was just, yeah, it was a very sad goodbye for sure. And then I saw him last night, so
Everything's fine.
Love that.
yeah.
I remember being like 12 years old and loving him so bad.
hmm
I was like deep cleaned the hell out of my room and I found the ticket from April 21st, 2019 when I saw them at PlayStation Theater when it was still PlayStation Theater in New York. And it was
Oh
like,
my God!
yeah, yeah.
Whoa!
And it's like I still have all of my like why don't we stuff in my memory box, but like it's so insane. Like it
That
doesn't feel real.
unlocked a deep memory for me. Whoa! I forgot it was ever the PlayStation
I
Theater.
know. What is it? It's Paramount now or something?
It's I thought it was Dolby, but I could
It is Dolby.
be.
It is Dolby. It is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm in my mind palace and I see it.
yeah, yeah. Wow.
I know.
Oh my God.
The first time I saw them was, believe it or not, at the Fillmore Silver Spring.
When I saw their like brick backstage. Um, I don't know if either of you have been backstage in that venue, but
Yeah.
where all the dressing rooms are, there's like for all those people who play the venue and sell it out, they get a brick. Like it's like painted and then their name goes on it. I walked past it and I was with Tyler when I walked past it and I was like, what? And he goes, oh yeah, back in like 2018 or something.
Yep.
Crazy. And then I walked past the 5 Seconds of Summer and Driver Era ones and immediately my brain just like full pivot.
You've been bringing up a lot of like fun stories from the road. So
Yes.
what's been your favorite memory on the second wind tour?
Outside of the shows, I would say we went to this bar in Brussels,
Ooh,
which is like, it's like a dive bar that kind of just keeps going. Like I called it the Mary Poppins bag of bars.
oh, that's
Because you kind of like walk in, see the bar, there are a couple more rooms. You walk into the next room, and then it just kind of keeps going. Like there's another room after that, and then another room after that, and we all went. Naraya, Zoe, Daniel, his entire team, my entire team. Well, Linda and Jeffrey didn't go, but everybody else was there. There must have been like 20 of us, 15 or 20 of us, just all in this packed bar Saturday night before the Brussels show, and we just talked like the whole night. And Naraya and I had like the greatest heart to heart. I wrote with her boyfriend before we left.
oh, that's awesome.
I had a session with her boyfriend, and we were we were both just like hammered in the bar. And she was like, "He loved you. He wants to work with you again. He told me that like you and my best friend Steven that I went with, you guys are like just inspirational to him." And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking cry in the middle of this bar. And I had like a heart to heart with Tyler, and then this is so random, but there was this guy.
Oh boy. There's always a guy.
There's this bald man. So the way the bar where we were was like there was a staircase that went up to the actual bar,
Okay.
and then there was kind of like a balcony of sorts where like the end of the bar kind of looked over the spot that the staircase goes up and down to.
Got it.
And so Tyler and I were chilling there, and like all the rest of us are kind of like huddled around the staircase railing. The space that you overlook, it's not a dance floor. It's kind of just like the middle where a bunch of rooms intersect. And there are just like people there are like tables and stuff. Everybody's just talking. music's not even that loud. And there's this bald man who just gets into that center pocket and is like breakdancing for 5-10 minutes at a time and dripping sweat. Like it looked like he was in a sauna, dripping sweat. And every single one of us, Tyler's got his phone out, every single one of us is like, yeah, 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 go, 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 go. And all of us are like, Daniel, get down there, get down there. And Tyler's trying to like take content. All of us are doing, I think we were doing Jaeger bombs. I don't know. Naraya had us doing Jaeger bombs, I think.
That's
And
crazy.
we're all just like, I'm dripping sweat because it's so hot in there. And he, like, the bald man, I was sweating. He is like, his shirt is soaked.
Oh no.
You could see, like, you know when someone's sweating and it's like the end of the sweat kind of has like a line at the bottom of their shirt? It was like that.
Oh,
Um,
That's
and it
violent.
was the fun. It was the most fun I've had out, arguably ever. It was just so great to like have all of us together, cheap beer. I could actually hear people. Like that's a big thing for me. I don't go out a lot because I have a lot of problems with my vocal cords. And so going to loud places sucks. It just hurts at
yeah.
the end of the night. Um, and so this was like the perfect amalgamation of everything. All of us at this point, I think it was like halfway through ish. We were so close. Um, it was our second time in Brussels because of, that was,
The
I think, the
reschedule.
last city we were at when things got postponed.
Hmm.
Um, and just, yeah, just like sat and talked and had fun and just like hugged the entire time. I think that night probably was my favorite. And then of the shows, I think I have two from the shows.
Yeah.
One from Nashville. I don't remember neither of you were at the Nashville show, right?
No,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Um, at the Nashville show, probably just because of like the momentum of the tour. Um, by the time we got to Nashville, there were hundreds of people that knew who I was and like knew the words. And so we dressed up for the Nashville show. We dressed up as Daniel fans.
Wow.
And there's this video we have where it's like Mike's up dancing during Kiss Me because he like gets off the drum set and just like walks around. He's up dancing. Noah's playing. I am like hysterically laughing because I forgot Mike was gonna get up. This was like the start of him doing that.
Oh no.
Um, and uh, so I'm like laying down trying to sing because he just walked up to me and like put his arm around me as a dinosaur. And then I got up to do our like jump before My Little Heart starts. And when it starts, I didn't know this until I was listening to the video. It is the loudest crowd just screaming. She's got brown flecks and green eyes. She moved out to DC. Like DC, them singing DC was like the loudest I had ever heard that song. And I wish I had my in-ear out to like experience that in the moment. But that crowd especially, just I will think about that crowd forever. And the same with our very last show in Utrecht, which I'm not
That's
quite.
good pronunciation. I can't help you there.
We were so confused as to what it was the entire time. That show, the very last 30 seconds of me being on stage, you know how I like give out the set list, I give out the picks. There were people that got me flowers and bracelets and stuff. And I was about to walk off stage and I just like stopped for a second and looked back at the crowd because I was like, oh, this is the last time. Not the last time I'm going to play a show, but like this is the last second when I don't know when I'll be back in Europe. I don't know when I'll be playing a room this big and with, like a packed sold out set of fans that like all are just like love a pretty white boy singing. Um, and that was our running joke for Australia, was just they love a pretty white boy on stage. But I stopped for like 20, 30 seconds and just almost started bawling my eyes out. I think everybody noticed I was about to cry and then like started cheering louder, which made me want to cry more. Um, and yeah, I walked off stage in tears. I don't think I was crying when I was on stage, but I walked off in tears. Yeah, that show was just it was just so cool. Daniel and Tyler were watching from the side, which was just so nice to like have, like they originally didn't know that Dallas was my second show ever. And so when they watched me in Dallas, they were like, "Oh, this kid's actually good." And they found out it was my second show. And so they were like, "We're going to watch your last one." They're just like jumping on the side, just like, yeah. And I think the experience of that show, like energy wise, to me, Nashville was just so fun. And, America's really rowdy. And this one in the Netherlands was just so emotional and just so like sentimental. Yeah, those are three memories I will take with me forever.
I guess in general, because we've been watching you kind of the whole tour, just gaining so much love and support from everyone who attended. And they
Mhm.
also showed a lot of love to our first interview and the rapid fire questions video that we did. If I'm not mistaken, I think was Setlist one of, if not the first publication that got the opportunity to work with you. I don't remember.
I think it was the first like social media.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was the first like proper in-person interview, I think.
mine too.
There was one that happened on the bus that I don't remember when, but it wasn't like a video. So
Yeah,
I would, yes, wear that with a badge of honor. It
I
was the first
will
video I
forever,
did.
always.
Yeah.
And in the spirit of firsts, we have a little two-part question for you. And first, I'm going to be a little selfish because I want to hear what your favorite part of that day and like our interview and stuff was.
Mhm.
And Neven, why don't you let him know what the second part of that question is so he can start thinking of it.
As a new artist, what was like the biggest thing that you learned about interviewing and doing PR stuff this year? And like what would you say to rising artists that are also just starting out with that kind of stuff?
Okay. Favorite part about that interview? I really there was like a coffee order question, or like you get stuck in a lot of interviews like, "Oh, what's your favorite song on the project? What inspired you? What is this song about?" And like obviously that's the case cuz they have to treat it like someone's never read any of the other articles.
Right.
But yours was the first publication that asked me like a genuinely fun question, which I am a huge fan of because I would much rather, the GQ like 10 essentials YouTube videos. Like
Yes.
I want to watch that. I want to know what's in a person's bag. I want to know like, especially cuz like I will buy it when I find out. And advice for um I think it's all in, you kind of have to gauge it for yourself. But I think when it comes to interviews, any artist really should always be themselves. But a thing I've learned is that doesn't mean you should treat it like they're a friend, I don't think you should be like 2003 Disney Channel media trained. You have to have some sort of personality, but you can't say anything. You have to have a filter throughout the entire beginning of the tour. I think I tried to have this like, oh, I'm just gonna treat everyone as a friend
Mhm.
because like that's the realist me. And now looking back, I'm like, oh, that's like so unprofessional of me to do. And so there's a line that you just kind of have to gauge. Like I try to treat everyone as a friend, but also acknowledge that like there's a very big difference between Noah and I talking to each other and talking to someone at the barricade. But I think that's like try to maintain your personality as best you can while also acknowledging that barrier or
Excellent.
boundary. I guess. Yeah.
It's good advice.
It's been a long year. I've learned a lot of lessons. I'll give one story. Someone asked me in a written interview, like, what's something that you wish people knew about you, that blah, blah, blah. And
I think that's
I tend to write, or no, it wasn't you, because it was a written publication. It was like, I forget what it was. It was like, what's one thing people don't ask you, or like, oh, it was like one thing that you think people should know about you if they're gonna like you as an artist or something. I write all of my interviews eloquently, but still like as if I was saying it.
right.
So there's a lot of like, I don't know. There's a lot of like. There's a lot of and there's a lot of, you know, capitalization, punctuation stuff going on. I wrote something like, God, I don't even know. I eat breakfast burritos almost every day. I don't even know. And then I wrote like, and my celebrity crush is blah, blah, blah. And then in parentheses, I put like, whose isn't, you know, like as a joke. And then throughout the entire interview, they removed all of the like parentheses stuff and like undid all the capitalization stuff. And I was like, oh my God, it looks like I just said whatever without it being a joke. Now it looks like I unironically said all of this.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You know, we know that that is not you at all.
No, like, thank God the magazine, Unclear magazine that I did, left everything as I put it.
Right.
Because I would have been, none of the stuff I said was like, could be taken out of context, but I am now mortified that that would ever happen again.
Yeah.
So that was my lesson of like, okay, maybe let's not write these as if I'm texting my friend. Let's figure that out. Or at least more eloquently write the joke so that a journalist can understand. After the like Unclear magazine came out, I think a fan like tweeted at me or something. Or no, they didn't tweet at me. I saw it. It said, I just knew he'd speak so eloquently and like be well spoken, or however it was worded. I sent it to my dad because he saw it too. I sent it to him and he responded, yeah, because he went to college.
Love a college education.
Yeah, I was like, yes, I got a degree.
Well, yes, I went to school actually.
Yes, I continued, and now I have big words in my brain.
Love big words.
But that was one of the highest compliments I have received, honestly. It was very nice. But that's eloquently is now pushed into my brain.
Vocabulary.
Yeah.
We're gonna hear it about 5 more times through this entire thing.
At least.
We have a vocab thing going on amongst my camp where everybody just like, for some reason, each leg of the tour has a word that they just start using for everything. This leg, Ashley's word was circuitous.
Ooh.
She would be like, oh, we're going to be taking a very circuitous route. And then Noah's was lugubrious, I think.
These are all such good words. Oh my god.
And I didn't know what either of those meant. And so I would just like kind of take the piss out of them. And so now lugubrious has become lugubrial.
Of course.
And then I think last night I said lube goob tubriousness. Yes.
That's a word. Not
Yes.
really, but
Lugubrial is what I call it.
It scratches
Yeah.
my brain in such a nice way.
Right?
You also had 1 or 2 other shows you did this year aside from the second wind tour. Can we talk about those?
Yes. I played a festival in Idaho, which was so different, but cool. Since we made the album, I had always felt like it should be played outdoors. So that was like a really cool goal of mine to live out. And in Idaho, they're all just so stoked to have someone there in town that they can see. And it's so beautiful out there. Like, so, it was so hot. Like, I was dripping sweat during sound check. So that sucked. But I had like a bunch of fans from the second wind tour flew out to see it. because it was the first time I had 45 minutes. So we had double what we would normally have on the second win. And so we got to play 2 ballads this time around. They bullied me to play She's Kinda Hot instead of Hot and Cold. And then, like, there were random, like Idaho teenagers, young adults in the way it was set up was it was like stage, big, like, they called it a dance floor. And it was on a football field. So it's a big dance floor and then seats on both sides of the dance floor and then, like, balcony all the way in the back. Or bleachers. There's this one guy in the front, his name was Adam, and he was losing his fucking mind the entire show. And there was one part of the show where he's just like, yeah, I love this guy. And I go, dude, what is your name? He goes, I'm Adam. And I go, you are the greatest person I have ever met. And don't you ever stop being like that. And he goes, I love you. And it was the coolest thing to just, like, see. Obviously, like, the fans from the second Win Tour coming was so cool because I had so many people just, like, know the words and screaming the words. And they brought stuff for Noah and Mike. They brought stuff for me. And then, get these Idaho teenagers to also just be losing their mind. Even, like, there was one mom after that was like, his performance was great. I just wish he'd curse less. Because I was so, like, some shows, I just get really out of it and just completely dissociate.
Mm-hmm.
And so after every song, I'd be, like, out of breath and be like, oh, fuck. And just, I'm from New York. I got a big mouth. And it was really nice to, like, have that feedback too, because Second Wind, everybody's 15 to 25-year-old women, more or less. And so having, like, grandmothers and babies and all these different things. For What If I Never Get Over You, we, like, sat down on the edge of the stage the way I normally would for Kiss Me. And having people scream that to me. And that's a song that, like, normally I might cry if I'm playing it. Having people scream that was so cool. Just so visceral and so awesome. And getting everyone else outside of the second Win, like, group to also dance and jump and sing was just, it made me feel really, it, like, reassured our whole team's belief that, like, this was working, and that I'm good at what I do. Because that was a big fear of mine, was like, oh, this isn't a group of just, like, a bunch of girls screaming and dancing anymore. I'm playing to, like, someone's beer belly dad that's here to just, like, watch his kids. And it, seemed like everybody loved it, which was awesome. And we had, as far as I know, no technical difficulties, which was lovely. Yeah.
Was it the show that somebody gave you a labubu, or they tried to?
They tried to, yes. So there was a fan account that went viral of this video of, her name's Bella. When I was on Twitter, there was, like, this whole thing where this is so stupid, but I tweeted, please no one ever bring me a labubu. I don't want, just, like, get it away from me.
I mean, valid.
And she brought one, and she asked me, oh, can you take a picture with my labubu? And I think in the video, I'm just like, fuck no! And then it's, like, her screaming, why? And you'll see in the video, this girl working the show, Miranda, was holding it up so that I didn't touch it. And then they took the picture like that. And that was, yeah. It was really cool to, like, have them, like, people that I'd met across the second Win Tour go, especially, and, like, after our set, we, like, went to the barricade. It was, like, on the side, not the front barricade. Said hi to everyone. They had, like, a bunch of posters for us, and, like, we signed things and took pictures. And then we were opening for Neon Trees, and we wanted to see the set. So we went into the middle, and we all just, like, danced together. Like, it was super fun. I forgot about this. During the show, the show's, like, on a lake. And because Idaho, they're, like, so just, like, happy for you to be there, I was like, does anybody have a boat we can hang out on? And this one girl was like, I actually do have a boat. We never made it onto the boat. But it was a very cool interaction to just like, these people just are down to like chill, hang out, you know? Like they told us all the places to go for coffee and whatnot, and we went to some lake, the guys and I, after the show, because the lake is like warm. I don't know how to describe it, but we went after the show and it's just a beautiful place. We had an Airbnb to ourselves, and my dad was there, which was very lovely to have him there for that. He was our guitar tech for the day.
Aww.
But yeah, it was really cool to like play a show as a festival, you know, instead of another concert. It was cool to like have that sort of thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just since you've been doing so much, we really haven't had the opportunity to have a really in-depth conversation since a melancholic rom-com dropped. So,
Yeah.
which is kind of insane. So, what was that like dropping your debut EP? Kind of just seeing the response to it.
It was really interesting because it was supposed to come out the day before we played the London. I think it was. And so I was in London. When tour got postponed, Noah, Mike, and I, and Jeffrey and Linda all just kind of kept going because we were like, well, everything's booked. I have to pay everyone through the rest of the week. Like, let's just, yeah, like, let's, European vacation. Like, we're just going to go home, cancel everything. So I was in London when it came out, which is like, London, one of my favorite cities in the entire world. So it had come out, and my phone was flooded with reactions, you know, different thoughts, and just like it was on everyone's story. And especially seeing the reaction to What If I Never Get Over You was just so cool to like, I think I saw a TikTok one time of like someone crying. I saw a bunch that were, you know, like whenever there's a reaction, they're like really listening to the lyrics. And the two new ones, What If I Never Get Over You and Nothing Looks Good on You, are very surface level, like kind of lyrically simple. And then when you listen again, you're like, oh, whoa. And then it was so funny. I got so many TikToks of when people reacted to Nothing Looks Good on You. They were like, oh, Kyle is a freak. Which was it is the first sexual song I ever wrote. It's the only one I've ever written, and it just like wound up making the cut for the EP. So that was definitely interesting to see people's reaction to it.
Played that in New York the first time.
Yes, yeah, I did. Man, that feels like ages ago. That feels like a fever dream. I think I was also just like particularly on one that night because I was just so happy to be playing a New York show. Like I lost my voice because I just kept screaming New York. I think I was just so happy that the reception of it was as good as like the other singles were received, you know? Because releasing an EP and 5 of the songs already being out, 5 of the 7, I was like, oh, what if they're like, you know, a little peeved that it's not more or whatever. And everyone loved the 2 that came out enough that it made me feel really good about the whole thing. And it was also really, I don't think anybody knows this, it wasn't supposed to be an EP. When we went on tour and we had so much support behind us and everybody was like, why does he only have 3 songs out? We were like, oh, maybe we should like fast track this. And Ashley and I, while we were on tour, were like, okay, it always ends the same as coming out. Let's take one of the photos from that shoot and make it the EP cover. And then we'll release 7 instead of doing... We were supposed to release all 12 of both EPs as singles over the like year and a half.
Oh my God.
And then that, you know, we got so much support that we were like, oh, we need more music out. So we put it together 2 sets. The first one, 7, the second one, 5. What is the romcom cover was actually supposed to be It Always Ends the Same's cover.
Oh my God.
And we picked a new cover for It Always Ends the Same and then made that the rom-com cover.
I think the cover for It Always Ends the Same is
It's
an
very fitting.
yeah.
Like when we found out, or when we knew that we wanted to take it, um, it was really cool because it kind of, we almost did this with I've Got Friends, but it just kind of didn't work. I wanted, like, oh, what is he looking at? And then a month later, reveal the actual cover, you know? And I really liked that. And I think it still maintained the same sort of identity of like everyone's watching me make these mistakes over and over. And like I'm rewatching myself making them as well. Because both EPs are really meta. They're a collection of stories of things I had experienced years ago that I wrote all in retrospect I'm watching myself do these things now. And then, once this sequel is out and the era concludes, I will have left the theater, so to speak, and be a person again. I'll leave the restaurant.
Okay, Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah. I'll leave the restaurant.
You're a little more like Taylor
Sue
Swift
me.
than you're letting on, too.
I'm just not a billionaire.
Eggs that apparently nobody has figured out yet.
Yeah. It's weird. There are so many. There are Easter eggs littered on these.
Ooh.
That just like, I think everybody just took it as like, oh, that's a cool design. And they're everywhere. Which I hope one day people like, it's a big thing Ashley and I like take a lot of care to do is, like have things that center around this. We make a vision board for each era, and every time we do something, we're like, okay, but does it fit that?
Yeah.
And then every time we do something, we're like, oh, we should connect it to the next thing. With the show, like aesthetically, the show is always a step ahead of the music, if that makes sense. In the European run, there was, in the tracks before it always ends the same plays. There is a clip of one of the songs on the second EP that like no one would catch, but because the show is always a step ahead of what's out, or like even my wardrobe for the show is supposed to be this like, I am outside the theater. The theater exists within the recordings, and when I'm on stage, I have exited the theater. This is post that.
Yeah,
But I
remember you
keep
mentioned.
Noah and Mike a step behind me. So their aesthetic is still within the theater, and mine is outside of that. And then when we play the next era, I will be a step ahead, and they'll be wearing what I was wearing on this tour.
You're insane.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and it just keeps going from there. There's a snippet of one of the tracks from future songs in the headline show that
So we're gonna have to keep our ears out, but that kind of sounds like you've been doing some planning. And we should talk
we do
about
a lot of planning.
we should talk about your headlining tour, maybe just a little bit. 'Cause
Yeah.
that is very exciting.
Ashley and I just had our like phone call about merch, VIP, like everything we need to do aesthetically, especially because the poster we released, they needed an ad map to announce the shows, and the idea we had for the ad map at the time was a bit ambitious for the timeline we had. So there will be another poster coming out that will be akin to like the ones we're selling. And we were talking all about like what merch we wanted to do, what merch would be included in the VIP packages, different things we want to do in each city. And then we're doing a lighting rig, I believe. That's like a big thing for me is I went to the Shawn Mendes show at the Hollywood Bowl, and it like shifted my brain. And I've seen Shawn like tens of times at this point. Like you work for iHeart. I saw him at Jingle Ball in 2014.
Yeah.
Way back in the day. So day one. But I saw his show and I was like,
That's
oh my
fine.
God.
Do you
Huh?
go all the way back to Vine for Shawn Mendes?
Yes. But yeah, I saw the Sean show and I was like, "Oh, this is what I want to do. I want like it to be a proper show with lighting and with all, different things." And so we've really been treating it as that. And especially as like a closer to the era, I just wanted people to be able to experience both EPs in their entirety, not in order, but
Mhm.
we're playing all of the songs.
Think
Um,
I still have yet to see
including
perform a
Priscilla.
ballad.
Yes. We're playing all the ballads. We're playing Priscilla, playing What If I Never Get Over You. We're
Yeah.
playing Crossfire, and we are playing Lately, which people have not I have not. That's the one I refuse to tease. I'm like waiting for people to hear it when it comes out. But that's the one that the piano played before It Always Ends the Same. As the second EP. So, in February, everything's kind of coming out, yet the second EP, which we have given many clues to, people have not picked up, but the second EP will be coming out February 6th, and then that includes the last 5 songs of the era, and those 5 songs are more. I had a word for it the other day, and I'm blanking now. They're much more longing and apologetic, yearning in a different way. It's an extension, but they feel like a different direction narratively, which is why I split it that way. So I really honestly hope the last 2 songs. A lot of people have heard Crossfire from the vinyls and stuff, but I hope Crossfire and Lately hit a different like ballad nerve than the first 2 on romcom did, because they do for me. They come from
I'm
like deeply,
excited.
deeply personal places that, to me at least, like the concept of both was just kind of heart wrenching, and we wrote both in London, so that's also really special. It was the studio Sabrina Carpenter did Short and Sweet and Manchild in.
Oh, so there's
Uh,
already magic in that room. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, I'm
Um,
excited. You know I love a ballad.
Yeah. So I'm just excited for it to be out, especially because the one I refuse to tease lately is like by far one of our favorite. Like when we did it, it's just such a cool sounding song, and I wouldn't say it's very different from my stuff. It is a different variation of what I do. So yeah, I'm just really happy about that. And that one kind of is a good stepping stone. I think it's the last song on the second EP. I could be wrong. Don't hold me to that. Um, but it's a good stepping stone into the next era, which I love, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
We can go back to tour because we're on the topic. You were recently in Joshua Tree doing a little bit of writing, so
Was.
you're already
Yeah.
kind of alluding to it, but you're thinking a little further ahead than you might have been letting on. So what
Yeah.
can you tell us about
Well,
the music you're creating for after the rom-com era?
a lot of the rom-com era, like I had said, um, was me in the movie theater, like reflecting on stories from my past, and all of it outside of Crossfire and Lately, I want to say. Depends on how you look at it. All of them were written in retrospect. And so for this one, a few of the songs from the rom-com era, like Break Up This Time, I've Got Friends, OMG, I've had for years. And then they, finally have come out. And we made the 2 EPs, we recorded them in June of 2024.
Oh wow.
We kind of rushed putting out My Little Heart to like start my career. And so it's been a long time since we've like written and recorded stuff. So I've known what I've wanted to do. It'll be a departure for sure. Not a stark one, but it's much more evolved. I wanted to do something a bit more mature sound-wise. There's a lot more piano because I walked into the studio. I played and wrote a lot of the guitar parts on this era's set of music. Jeffrey, my manager, did a lot of the piano parts. And I came in to write this one recently, and I was like, I can play piano too. Like, let's do that. So there's a lot of piano. And I think that really set a precedent for like how we built it. It's probably going to end up being a bit more rock, a bit more alternative, a bit more indie, which I'm really excited for because I think a lot of the rom-com era is very tastefully pop. You know, like it's very pop 101, and I really wanted to experiment a bit. And then more than anything with this new stuff, I wanted to be in it. I don't want to write in retrospect anymore. I want to like learn how to write about things that I'm going through and, you know, like processing. A lot of the rom-com era stuff is like stuff I processed and reflected on for years, and then I wrote about it. And this is like stuff I'm in the midst of processing and don't have a clear conclusion on. So a lot of the songs are like, what is happening? You know?
What's
And
going on?
exactly. And I took a lot of tour with me, like a lot of things that have happened, a lot of like the start of my career, how that's affected my personality and my day to day, my friendships, you know, like different things that I like, dislike, being homesick, you know, different things like that. And then we wrote a lot in Nashville before we went on the European leg. We wrote a lot, and then I wrote a couple prior to that, and then we were just in Joshua Tree and did a few more. But I kind of hit a wall in Joshua Tree, and I had a bit of writer's block. So for the first few days, we came up with garbage. And then the last day, we came up with three I like. And then there's one, it'll either be its own single or it will be on this next era of stuff. But there's one song that didn't make the cut of the rom-com era that will come out next year
Okay.
somehow. That I think people will really like. It just didn't really fit in the context of everything else. But it's one that it was a song we wrote on the last day of living in Nashville back in June of 2024. We wrote it in a day and finished it and sent it off. And then we got it back and we were like, I love this song. I actually played it at my first show back in LA last year. But it just didn't fit what we were doing once we started formulating this like rom-com EP thing. So I'm really excited for people to hear that one finally. Because that's one that like Mike and Noah talk about missing playing it all the time. We almost played it in Europe the first run, I think. And then we just never got around to it or something. But yeah, the third project, so to speak, the second era, I'm really looking forward to. I really like a lot of the lyrics that kind of fell out of me too. I think the lyrics will be very interesting for people to hear. There was one, I won't give it away, but there was one lyric that I had written and my producer was like, that's kind of mean. Like that's shouldn't we change that to like something a bit more like endearing? And I was like, well, no, that's the point. Like, I don't like that I feel like this, but this is how I feel. And so I'm really looking forward to people hearing that side of me, like the things that I would have protected in the rom-com era because I'd already reflected and processed things, and now I don't have that option because I haven't processed yet. There's no veil over like what I'm thinking anymore, which I just think is really cool. Like, I
Yeah.
think one of the demos, I don't know if it'll make the EP, but I love you guys, and I like giving you guys an inside scoop. Like, one of the demos we called Love Is Not Enough. And like it's like concepts like that of like really deep things, really visceral deep things of like, you know, we centered around La La Land at the beginning of the rom-com era, and I wanted it to feel kind of like that of, you know, whether I'm talking about love or not is out of the question, but like at La La Land's core, it's just a very real movie that is not fulfilling, really. You know, it's not the normal, like, oh, they get together and happily ever after. It's like, no, sometimes that doesn't happen, and that's okay. So I'm really looking forward to it. I really like it.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my, we are too. Then
yeah,
thanks for the
Yeah.
scoop.
yeah.
Um, Before we head into more thematical holiday rapid fire-esque
Yes.
questions, I do want to have one more conversation about the tour because
Okay.
you're doing three shows.
I am.
They're LA, New York, and Atlanta.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
as a recently new Georgia resident, I'm very stoked about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know that New York and LA are kind of home bases for you. So I was really
Yeah.
curious, is there a reason you chose to come to Atlanta?
Atlanta was actually like a last minute ad. Originally, what we were thinking was we were gonna hit like the main cities, hit like New York, LA, Chicago, Nashville.
Hmm.
Um, and then Nashville's just kind of like a hard city because they have live music all the time. And we were looking at like data, from Spotify and whatever. And I noticed that we had a lot of top cities that I wouldn't have expected. Like Toronto is really high up there. And the only reason we didn't do it was, like
Visas and all
visa
that fun stuff.
stuff. Yeah. It just wasn't the travel, it was like way too expensive to, make it work, even though I would have loved to. And then Atlanta, I brought up because it was pretty high up, and there was a huge group of fans that clung to me from the Second Wind Tour from the South, particularly. And so I was like, okay, why don't we, instead of doing Nashville, do Atlanta? It's not particularly far. And, like then we increase the chance of like people from Florida, maybe, people from North Carolina, maybe. And it's wound up being like the most sold show thus far. And originally we shifted to add Atlanta because we had Chicago locked in. And then there was something with the venue, and so it wound up just like falling through.
Mm.
And then once we had Atlanta locked in, we were like, okay,
Fell into
I
place.
feel good about three. Like that's cool because it originally was just going to be Chicago, New York, LA, and not Nashville or Atlanta. Then we added Atlanta, and Chicago fell through. So it wound up working out. I plan on, when we go to Atlanta, going to the Georgia Aquarium and just,
I love
especially with Stranger Things coming out, I just was so happy to like, I don't know, it was a data thing and it just felt right. It just felt like, oh, we should do Atlanta. And it was a last minute thing. I called Jeffrey and I was like, should we consider Atlanta? And he was like, I'll look into it. And then my agent was like, yeah, they have a venue available on this date, and it worked perfectly. I'm really stoked for that one.
So am I.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see you. But because this is our holiday special episode, I think it would be a little fun if we had some holiday themed questions for you, very reminiscent of our rapid fire
Hell
questions
yeah.
we did earlier this year.
Hmm.
So to start off, what is your like most memorable holiday memory story?
Growing up, like, my dad would host his side of the family, and I was an only child and also the youngest in the family, like, by a lot. But when my cousins were, like, young enough where they were still coming, they would, like, chase me around, they'd play, like, four girls and just, like, this tiny toddler that they'd babysit. That was always so fun to just, like, have people in the house. And then, this is so niche, but my grandma every year would get me like a brain puzzle,
Oh.
like some sort of puzzle or like game or something. Like one time she got me, it wasn't a piggy bank. It was a box, and inside was a $20 bill. And in order to open the box, it was one of those marble ones where you had to get the marble to the area where it would unlock. And that honestly was like my favorite part about Christmas for so long, was just getting this like puzzle from my grandma or just like some new thing, which really goes to show how intellectual I hoped to be as an adult, I guess. Yeah, that's probably one of the best ones. And I think outside of that, like last year was the first Christmas I spent in New York, which was awesome.
I love Christmas in New
Yeah.
York. I'm so excited to go back.
Yeah, that was like the first time I was in the city for it. So that was That was really nice. I spent it with my roommate, and it was, yeah, we just talked all day. He doesn't really do gifts, so it was cool. We just like ate good food, watched movies, and that was just really nice to have. So I'm going back to the city this year. I will be doing that every year now.
I'm very excited because now we're at Nevin's favorite question of this entire thing.
I've
I'm
never
gonna smirk.
I've never been allowed to ask anyone this question.
This is very
Okay.
special. This is very true.
Okay.
Okay. This is very random, but I've wanted to ask anyone that Sarah would let me this question for a long time.
Okay.
And I knew that you were when we found out that you were coming on, I was like, I have to. You have to let me.
I relinquished. I said, okay, fine.
Even if you say no, I'm gonna do it anyway.
It's the most important question of the day. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
If you were a potato, how would you be prepared?
Oh, this is such a good question.
Thank you so much.
This is okay, because it's not about my favorite way. It's about what would I be.
Yeah.
I think I would be a tater.
I would be potato skins. Like nice potato skins with like the cheese and bacon on the inside, because a lot of the time I get told that I have like a really rough exterior, but people get to know me and I'm really nice, and that's kind of how potato skins are. They look really ugly and scary on the outside, but they're really good.
I have two in my head.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide which one I
I'm so
think is
glad that you're
best.
putting so much thought into this. It means a lot to me.
I have a list of these questions. In my notes app, it's called the vibe check, and I have a list of them. And this is what I live for. Okay. There's two, and I can't decide which one.
So say both.
You can say
Okay.
both.
I think I'd either be a curly fry or a loaded potato.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of those things make sense.
Yeah.
1000%.
I think that's what I'm going with.
And so me being me, I had to make it relevant to today's episode. So now we're
Okay.
going to another question.
Okay.
If you were a holiday cookie, what type would you be?
How many holiday cookies are there?
You've got snickerdoodle, you've got gingerbread, you've got chocolate chip, you've got the peanut butter chocolate cookies, you've got peppermint chocolate cookies, regular peppermint.
I have an answer for you, but I want to know what you think you would be.
I think I would be the sugar cookie Frosty the Snowman one.
Ooh.
Because I don't think I'd be Santa or the reindeer. I could be the Christmas tree one. Actually, yeah, I'm going Christmas tree, sugar cookie, like the Pillsbury ones.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, when I think of you, I was going to say a snickerdoodle. Little sweet, little spicy.
Interesting. Oh, I could see that.
And also,
I could see that.
to my Spotify Wrapped, my favorite. So. But for me, I think I would be a shortbread cookie. There's this one specifically at this bakery in Jersey. They have these like Santa-shaped shortbread cookies, and they have those like crystallized like sugar crystal sprinkles on top that look like glitter. So, not just like the shortbread, because I walked myself into that one, but the glitter and the very buttery shortbread cookie.
I could see that.
I think I would probably be gingerbread, because it's not for everybody, but the people who love it fiercely, and they will defend it with their lives.
I love gingerbread.
That's how the people in my life are.
I like that. And you know what? No one's meant for everybody,
Since I brought up my Spotify Wrapped, I do want to bring up this stat, because when I got my Spotify Wrapped, it was revealed that I was your number 70 top listener. Can you, real quick, will you go back to Series for a second, and you can just like try to summarize what goes through your mind knowing that your music has reached so many people this year?
I mean, because I have the stats on me, let me see.
We love a good Spotify for artists.
Got that thing on him.
I was number one artist for 55 fans, which I think in today's standard doesn't feel like a lot. But I think it's just been so cool to see going from nothing to something. It's just always so cool. And to see like such huge success when it came to the number, like in modern terms, it wasn't that much. But going from 0 to, like 5,000-6,000% increase in streams was just so cool. For this to be my first year of my career, it just felt like the first step, you know?
Yeah.
And I never want to be the person to like it felt good. It felt like a good first year and then go from there, you know?
And I know we've talked about that a good bit, but I feel like not a lot of people really realize that this year was your first full year as a professional
Yeah.
artist, which, like, you had an incredible year.
Yeah, it was
Which,
it's so weird for me to like conceive that this was my first year. Yeah, like I've done things that people on their 10th year still haven't done, which is just so crazy. And I just, it's hard for me to wrap my head around that it's only been like a year and 2 months or something. I love my job. I really do. There are so many times, like my friends in New York, all of them have like 9 to 5s, and they'll be complaining about their jobs, and they're like, "Don't you ever blah blah blah?" And I'm like, "I love my job. I don't know. The bad parts are really bad, but the good parts are really good. So I'm just grateful that I get to do it, really."
With there being so many holiday rom-coms, what do you personally think is the best out of all of them? There is a right answer.
Um,
peer pressure.
I have an answer that's like, it's not technically a Christmas movie,
Okay.
but like it happens adjacent to Christmas and it's a very winter feeling movie. So I tend to like just think about it in this area. Does that count?
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, okay, there's this one rom-com called That Awkward Moment, which is like one of my favorites ever. Particularly because it's one of the only rom-coms I know of that is centered around men, which sounds really bad out loud. But I mean that in like a, it's very nice for me, a man, to see a rom-com centered around men and like the male experience of love. And it's a very like, it takes place in New York during winter. So it just, it's always felt very familiar to me. And that is like, for me, like top 5 rom-coms. I love it. It's Zac Efron and Miles Teller and Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, that is a
That is a really good movie.
Stacked cast.
that's kind of an insane casting. Look,
Yeah.
can't even lie.
It's so good.
The correct answer though is The Holiday with
Yeah.
I'm blanking on every single one of their names.
It's Liam Neeson's in it, Jude Law's in it.
Yep. And I was going for what is her name?
I don't know, say something else she's been in.
I've actually never seen it.
She plays
Movie night.
she plays the bad lady in Annie in the live action one.
She plays
They're all live action. What am I saying? Cameron Diaz.
Oh my God. I was literally
Ah,
about to go look up like IMDb
Yeah.
or something.
Cameron Diaz. She's in it. That movie is so good. Holiday adjacent. One of my favorite. Like, it's not set during Christmas, but it's like wintertime. It's called Two Night Stand, and Miles Teller's in it. It's so good.
Okay. I
Kid
think I've
Cudi's
seen
in
it.
it. Kid Cudi is in
I
it.
think I've seen it. Yeah.
Am I correct in remembering that Sleepless in Seattle is also around Christmas, or am I just not remembering that correctly at
I don't
all?
know if I've seen that one.
I don't think that it.
Haven't?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we're building our own double feature then.
Yeah. I don't know. I did a lot of the research for the rom-com era, like back in 2024. Another honorable mention, actually. It's more of a Thanksgiving movie,
It's
but
the spirit of this.
Stuck in Love is really good.
Ooh.
It's more of a romance than it is a rom-com, but that is a good one.
The Family Stone. I don't know if you would consider that a rom com, but I think that.
Family Stone.
Oh my god, that movie's so good.
Oh,
It's so
fair
good.
enough.
It's a tearjerker, but it's really good.
I love a tearjerker.
Very good.
Sometimes you just need to put on a movie.
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah,
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, Rachel
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams. That was like one of my first childhood celebrity crushes.
Me too.
Mine was Zac Efron.
Valid.
So, with it being the end of the year, we're going to reflect a little bit. When you and I first sat down in April, you told me you were building a desk. When you got the call that you were
Oh, yeah. This desk.
that one right there that you're
Yeah.
sitting at right now.
Yeah.
Well, then this is perfect setting for it. If you could go back in time right to building that desk and say something to yourself right before you picked up the phone, what would it be?
Mm,
Don't answer the phone call with what?
yeah. I think, honestly, I think I'd just be like, breathe before you answer this phone. Just breathe. Uh,
That'd change.
yeah. Just because I was so angry when I picked up the phone. It's just yeah,
Reenactment.
my best friend Bradley was just like, he must have called me 18 times. And I didn't see any of them. And then I was just like, what? What do you want? So, yeah, I would just say, like, breathe.
Good advice.
Yeah, just breathe.
And for our final question for you, our niche question
This
that we
is
ask everyone we have on the podcast. You're throwing a holiday party and you can invite any artist, musician, actor, or entertainer, dead or alive. Who are your top 3 people on your guest list?
Right now, Joe Keery. Joe Keery, Daniel, because I miss him, even though I saw him last night. But I do miss him. And, oh, I think it'd be cool to be in a room with Daniel and Joe, too. Not the point.
Well, it kind of is the point you're building your dream guest list.
Maybe my top artist this year was like someone I found before she kind of blew up. And I've always wanted to meet her. Elle Coves.
You did mention her
I think, yeah, I think would just
in our
be a
interview.
cool. She wound up being my #1 on Spotify Wrapped. So I think that'd be a cool group to like talk, you know?
Well, that is all of our questions for you. Before we kind of give you the floor, I do want to say thank you so much for spending
Oh,
basically
thank you
your
for
entire day
having
with us.
me.
We've had the best time with you, and this
So
has
much.
honestly been one of the greatest gifts of our holiday season. So,
No, this was really fun.
here.
Thank you for spending all day with me. I'm just, for all of you watching, thank you. Thank you for having me. And I can't wait to do everything we plan on doing next year.
We are about to have a little performance from you, so
Yes.
we do want to hand the floor over to you if you want to, plug your socials, where everybody can find you, and tell us a little bit about what we're about to see.
Yeah. This is actually the first time I've ever learned how to play a Christmas song, which was really
We're so
cool.
honored.
If you want to find me everywhere, it's at Kyle Kelly Music, and we decided to play Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Do a nice little
Cute.
classic. Yeah.
Aw, fun. Oh, I'm so excited. Well, thank you so much for being here. We love and adore you, and we're so excited to see you on tour at the top of
Yeah.
next year.
No, I can't wait to see you guys too.
Yay! Kyle Kelly, everybody!
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list. He's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been bad or good to be good for goodness sake. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. making a list. He's checking it twice. He's gonna find out he's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming to town. Yeah. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Wow, that was so much fun! Thank you so much, both Kyle and Phia, for coming and celebrating the holidays with us today. TGL Squad, we are wishing you the most wonderful holiday season and happiest new year. I can't believe that we are basically outroing 2025 right now.
I know.
If you want to catch up on all things Setlist and TGL in the new year, you can find us at Setlist Media on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, which is now X. We are additionally on Instagram at TGL Pod. You can find episodes of the podcast on YouTube and Spotify. And we will see you next year. Oh my goodness. All right, bye guys. Happy holidays.